There was one man, he told his wife, having sex with you connects me to you and then connects me to the world. She's like, what? If I'd known that, I would have been a yes most of the time. Most women think for men, sex is just physical. They don't know how much it alters the whole system. When a man proposes sex, we're checking our oxytocin account because sex demands a spectacular expenditure of oxytocin, and it's what allows for orgasm. More orgasms, longer orgasms, bigger orgasms is how much oxytocin we have in our account. And if we're low on oxytocin because we haven't done what it takes to build it, we will dread sex because consciously or unconsciously we will know that we'll end up depressed. To men, you can't imagine being depleted. Isn't sex inherently good?
Welcome back, Alison. This is Alison Armstrong, author of the wonderful book, The Queen Code. As you can see, I have read it a number of times and taking many notes of it. My understanding is that your work is as a very practical philosopher and researcher on how men and women can empower each other.
Yes, empower each other, empower themselves, and partner. How can we partner?
In the first episode, in part one of our interview, I invited you to talk about wisdom bomb number 1, about men not being misbehaving hairy women, because we go nowhere in the battle between men and women. In wisdom bomb number 2, I invited you to talk about who makes the queen, because it is the woman who makes herself the queen and the man who makes himself the king. And then between the two of them, if they form a good relationship, they can empower each other to form a better queen and a better king. And so in Wisdom Bomb number 3, I want to steal one of your lines in one of your videos on orgasms. And so the line is, and I'm quoting you, please don't blush.
It's okay.
Men would have more sex if women could have fewer climaxes.
Yes.
Please say more, because this is likely going to piss a lot of people off. So please say more.
Okay. So, and there are women who are determined that they are owed more climaxes, who take offense at that comment as well. And one of the things that men don't know about women, because again, we project onto each other. So we project what we need onto the other person. And that wouldn't be so bad if we were then to verify. Like using the language, it seems like you need. Am I getting it? And then the willingness to be wrong. So one of the needs that is projected upon women is orgasms. And it has to do with, for much of men's sex drive history, which shifts as testosterone is naturally falling off, the necessity of the release of a climax, which, as we would teach in our sex and intimacy course, that sex drive, the distraction of the need for sex, it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows until it breaks through a man's ability to focus on anything else. It's screaming. And then when it's met, including an orgasm, and he has that physical, hormonal, emotional, maybe mental release. Okay, good. Now I can pay attention to the rest of life. And one of the things we distinguish
But he falls asleep.
Well, of course he falls asleep. You want to know why he falls asleep? Because sex spends testosterone, and how a man rebuilds testosterone is through rest. And it's a cycle that's important to pay attention to build and spend testosterone. That is a cycle of well-being for men. Build it, spend it, build it, spend it, build it, spend it. Which is why I encourage men to watch the Understanding Women workshop, because women we can tell when you've built enough testosterone to be handy. And that's usually when we plop down and ask you to just listen, which you don't get to spend testosterone. You're a racehorse now stuck in the gate, and there's literally an enzyme called aromatase that will turn your testosterone into estrogen because you're not spending it. And the fidgeting that men do when women are talking is because you're being biologically emasculated. So I teach men and women how to just shift the context.
I had never heard about that. So interesting.
Yes,
Keep going.
but we can shift the context. If a woman says, honey, could you help me by letting me just empty my basket and you hold the trash and save me from the overwhelm of everything I've perceived and felt all day that means I'm so full, I have no room for you, including your penis. Could just hold the trash, you don't have to remember it. Could do that for 10 minutes, we could set a timer. And then now, instead of just listening, which he's going to get in trouble for not doing well, he gets to shift and, okay, I'm going to save her. I'm the hero. I'm going to save her. Yes, honey. Anything else? And this is one of the things we teach men and women to ask for, to provide. Do you need me to hold the basket? Because I believe in self-defense. I believe in men getting to defend themselves against being emasculated in a way the woman isn't intending. She just doesn't know. Well, one of the things that men project onto women is that we need the release of orgasm, that we need it. And so to be a good provider, you're going to do whatever it takes to make her climax. You're going to make her climax like you're going to make her feel safe. I am sorry. And if you watch the whole Understanding Women, you'll see me imitate a man and why women know they don't make men come. We know we do not make men come. Why? Because we can tell the exact moment when you've decided to head for home because you change and you're going to make yourself climax. But it's projected on that you can make her climax and you even measure yourself by how well you do that. So oftentimes, and this is something men don't know about women, when a man proposes sex, we unconsciously check in our bodies, and almost no women know this, we're checking our oxytocin account because sex demands a spectacular expenditure of oxytocin, and it's what allows for orgasm. More orgasms, longer orgasms, bigger orgasms is how much oxytocin we have in our account. And so we have to pay attention, like you pay attention to building and spending testosterone, we have to pay attention to building and spending oxytocin. And if we're low on oxytocin because we haven't done what it takes to build it, and you're like, hey honey, you want to do it? We'll check to see, and literally it's one of the worst feelings a human can have. Shame and dread. Dread is right up there. We will dread sex because consciously or unconsciously we will know that we'll end up depressed, which is why we're trying to cuddle with you afterwards to build more oxytocin, please feed me because I'm so depleted by what we just did. And to men, you can't imagine being depleted. Isn't sex inherently good? Not if our bodies aren't set up for it. And so this is why I say men could have more sex if women could have fewer orgasms. Like, hey honey, could you want to fool around and find out how much pleasure we could pull out of your body today? Yes, if I don't have to come.
Such a different offer. Such a different offer.
Yeah. Or even, honey, so if you had it all your way, would we be working on you having an orgasm or not? And yes, I need to come. she's keeping me awake. She's really loud and I can hardly think because she's keeps distracting me with all those sensations down there. Please make me come. Okay, let's get at it together. Or other times it'd be like, I don't have any sensations down there demanding sexual interaction, but could you make me feel wanted? Could you make me feel beautiful? Could you touch me and put me back in this body that I've been dragging around? I mean, and then you'd start doing that, and then one thing leads to another, and then all of a sudden she's like, I want you. We can be revived.
I so agree. And so since we started talking in Wisdom Bomb number 1, I have again and again and again had the image of an old-fashioned jukebox. So you're old enough, I assume, to remember. But for young people who basically are just used to MP3s and, lists on Pandora or whatever other system, there was basically a physical stack of vinyls.
Yes.
Of records, and then you push on a button that went and selected. And so what I'm reading from our conversation is he learning about his own stack of records, she learning about her own stack of records, which in many ways are very similar. Because there are times he needs to pour his frustration, he needs to vent, he needs her to hold the wastebasket the same way she needs him to do that. And there are times he needs to be held the same time. And so learning about each other and having that flexibility. Okay, so I do want to play that sex tape or that sex vinyl, but before I do that, I have to hold her and cuddle her and tell her she's beautiful. On some days, their days is different. But I have to do that. And at some point, she warms up and she says, yes, please, to the sex vinyl.
Yes, and you probably saw me go,
Yep.
Venting is completely different than emptying one's basket. And the appropriate response to venting is the opposite. So I will say that, and then I'm happy to come back to it. But the other thing I would say is one of the things we teach in Understanding Women is how to support a woman in having enough sex. Because we're mostly not having enough sex. And how to support her. And one of the ways to support her, depending on if she's in that committed, get her done state of mind or an open state of mind, it's different how you approach sex. And what's awesome, and also we get it backwards, I would ask my husband in the morning, could we have sex tonight? And he'd be like, okay, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I don't want to disappoint you. But if I was initiating sex with him the way I wanted him to initiate sex with me. Because if he had said to me this in the morning, honey, could we have sex tonight? And I'd look at everything I was doing. Yeah, we could do that. And I literally would do my day in a different way so that I was building oxytocin, which is my own foreplay. Women can cause their own foreplay, their own receptivity, if you just don't keep shocking us. You keep shocking us with sex. You don't give us any notice. We need to transition, and we might need 8 hours of transitioning. And so, yeah, we're so different. I mean, I asked Greg, how do you like me to initiate sex? And he said, I like all the ways you initiate sex. I just wish you would do them when we're going to have sex in the next 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, that's how men initiate sex. And it's the opposite of how most women need it initiated. Again, and we don't even know it. It's not personal. So, okay, do you want to say anything about that before I go back to that venting thing?
No, I'm good. So please go to the venting because, let me say one thing is, what I'm learning is, or maybe the adaptation of the jukebox metaphor is that we may have the same stack of discs, but the keys to them is different. The OS, basically.
Yeah, they might not even be like A7 is in the sultry music stack for me, and A7 is the let's get it on reggae for you. And so we go A7, yeah, A7, and then it all blows up. Yeah, we literally, men and women, we have to come up with code words. We have to come up with this means this. Like, can I give you an
I'm
example that
so
might
in
help
line with
people?
you.
Can I?
Yeah.
Like, my boyfriend and I, we would have a distinction. Let's have sex soon. Yeah, soon. No, we'll figure out the soon. That's differently than thoroughly. Oh, thoroughly. You want to have sex thoroughly? That's a whole other entire album. That's not just a song, that's an album. They're two different things. Sex, you have sex is easy. Thoroughly? That's something else. But just having the vocabulary of which one is it? Which one is there's so much to communicate.
Got it.
Which, as you
Got
know,
it. And
the Queen's Code addresses that in other
so,
things we use to
so
address
in
that.
your couple,
Go
so
ahead.
in your couple is the word thoroughly. In another couple is let's have a symphony. So it could be. So basically, it's the learning together what works, what turns us on, what releases the brakes.
Honey, do you need a sex snack to carry you over to tomorrow? That could be a vocabulary. Do you need a snack? Do my husband and I would say a drive-by. I'm available for a drive-by, which means I don't care about how it is for me. I'm providing it for you so you can go out into the world with all of your capacities because you're not distracted by sex.
That is so wonderful because so men, coming back to the men's obsession on climaxes, giving each other permission that it can be something else than a climax. And there are many ways to enjoy each other, and so many pleasures are killed or torpedoed by that obsession, men have.
Yeah.
And likely is because they don't know what is deeper inside of them, which is to make her happy.
Yes. Yeah. What would make you happy? Was it this? Oh, if you started by kissing me right here in the back of the neck, I can do that. Yes. So, and we talk about this in Lux, which is the foundation of honoring yourself first or all is lost. That one of our instincts is don't ask and don't tell. We have such a lockdown on anything that could be construed as a weakness, including the lack of telepathy. And so we don't ask, we don't verify, we don't clarify. There's so much that we don't do that would...
And Hollywood really makes that worse.
Yes, most of it. Yeah, it does.
Yep.
So may I do the venting thing?
Please.
And why is because I love Tony Robbins, and he's taught my material to hundreds of thousands of people, and he's got this part wrong. He collapses venting with emptying your basket. So when a woman is emptying her basket, it's all kinds of things. It's just what she's full of. It's just what I can't stop thinking about this. And a man may want to just say, could I just express what's on my mind? Yes, and he expresses what's on his mind. Venting, the easiest way to interpret venting is what a person, a man or a woman, has got to do when there's something they wish they could kill. I wish I could kill this. And the frustration and not being able to kill it, change it, fix it is just so intense. And it could be like my best friend, her husband was watching a football game, his team was losing, and he's yelling at the TV. He's venting at the television. You effing idiot! A woman's reaction to be like that would be like, try to calm him down. Just calm him down. No. If a woman's emptying her basket, add no energy. Just hold the trash. Anything else. Don't add anything. If someone's venting, put your shoulder to that car and help it get pushed off the cliff. Like, get in there. Yeah, I can't believe he cut you off. Where did he get his license anyway? Instead of, he probably didn't see you, honey. Now my wife is defending the enemy? So venting is, you want to get on the same team with the venting. Push.
So again, we don't understand each other, and we misinterpret that the fear that if he does that, he's going to kill me.
Yes.
Or if I can't kill the enemy, I won't be able to provide well.
Yes. And women try to talk men out of venting with logic and sentiment, and men try to talk women out of hurt feelings with logic and what they think is the truth. Instead of help him push it off the cliff and tell her, I'm so sorry I hurt your feelings. When you can't even imagine how you could possibly have done that and you didn't intend it, which is what always stymies men. You think, you believe in intention, and you think if you didn't intend something, how could it have happened? Well, because you're dealing with a completely different creature that reacts independent of your intentions. These are all things we work on in understanding men and understanding women and what's really going on. And if we were going to be in sync without sacrificing ourselves, what would we do? What would we do? What would we do?
So I want to do a really cheap paraphrasing of you. Could I say, we would have more sex if we understood each other better with fear and hurt and anger?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Oh, and it would be great. And it could be snacks, and it could be symphonies, and it could be all set up ahead of time, and it could be pulling someone aside in the woods.
I totally agree, because
Yes.
most of us are undersexed and we don't know how to get there.
Yes, sex is so important. It's so valuable what it provides as an individual, as a couple, as a union, I've spent a lot of time, Valdo, helping women understand what sex provides for men, because all we understand is the release. We don't know all the capacities that it creates. And there was one man when we used to do a couples retreat, he told his wife, having sex with you connects me to you and then connects me to the world. She's like, what? If I'd known that, I would have been a yes most of the time. And most women think for men, sex is just physical. We don't know how much it alters the whole system.
Alison, it was such a delight to have you and your skills, but you and your drive to understand, to know, to embody, and to teach what you know in a way that is understandable, that is digestible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for seeing me.
Such a delightful conversation with renowned author Alison Armstrong. Alison is very kindly making us an offer to download for free her ebook, Making Sense of Man. I highly recommend it as well, of course, as reading The Queen's Code. Please hit the like button below, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can be notified when I publish new juicy videos. I guarantee juicy content. In case you have not watched them, here are the links to part 1 and part 2 of my excellent interview with Alison. Here is the link to a video Alison made to help men and women better understand each other. And here is the link to one I made. Enjoy.